All right, so here we go. Day 2, still recording, 116 degrees outside, crazy. But hey, we're being awesome against Spartan up. You can do it. So day 2, really what we're going to do just real quick is actually do a little bit of homework practice. And again, it's directly from your worksheets. It's just a small extension of what we did a moment ago or yesterday. Dealing with the idea, again, relations and functions. It's a function if the relation has one and only one output. It could be not a function if, again, it's going to be more than one output. And we'll see that right now. So I'm going to do 3 quick problems for you. All right, which relation is a function? So we're going to start with that, and then we're going to proceed into the domain and range idea. So the easiest way to do it is look at the input, and remember the input is the x coordinate. And again, on an ordered pair, the x coordinate is first. So we're going to look at the first number. And again, we want one and only one output. We want a good group of friends who is treating each other with respect and not cheating. So let's see. 2 is dating -1. 3 is dating 2. Again, don't worry about the output. Just look at the input. -5 is dating 8. Right here, look at -5 is a cheater. So that means answer A is not a function. And we want a function. So let's see. Answer B. 2 is dating 5, -6 is dating 3, -7 is dating 7, 10 is dating 1. So that's actually really good. Let's just proceed on to C and D just to verify. Oh, look at right here. -4 and -4. So -4 is dating -2, and -4 is dating -5. Oh, look at on answer D. 1 is dating 4, and 1 is dating 5. Oh, look at 3 is dating 2, and 3 is dating themselves. That's weird. All right, so our answer is B. B is the function because, again, it has each input has exactly or one and only one output. So that we're good there now, we can proceed to this idea domain and range. So the domain is the x values or input. But in order to actually have the domain, we're going to ask you to go ahead and put it in numerical order. Numerical order, again, is least to greatest. So write numerical order. And again, that is called the domain. D is domain. So let me put it over here. Domain. All right, so on my answer, I'm going to look at my numbers least to greatest. So again, looking at the x's, only 2, -6, -7, and 10. So it's obviously going to be -7 is the least. Then we're going to progress to -6, 2, and then 10. Make sure you're looking at the domain, which is the x. All right, so the R would be the range. And the range is the y values or output. And we're still going to put it in numerical order. But here's the key. If there's any repeats in the range, don't put every repeat. Just put the number once. So let's put that in our notes. Write numerical order. No repeats. And you'll see what that means in just a moment. Because on this one, if I look at my y values or my outputs or the range, I've got 5, 3, 7, 1 or 1, 3, 5, 7. So there were no repeats at all on the range, so I didn't have to worry about it. But on other problems, there will be. All right, let's do 2 more like this, and then we'll progress into some different forms of our function, not a function scenario. All right, so on answer A, 4 is dating 8. Some of you are just going to like, Mr. Murillo, speed it up. Look at the 4s. Cheaters. Not good. All right, B. Oh, I see it. You probably saw it already. -5s. Cheaters. C. Looks okay. Oh! Definitely answer is C. All right, now the domain, again, is the x values. So let's see. I've got 1, -5, -8, and 9. So least to greatest, numerical order. -8 goes first, smallest, -5, 1, 9. Nice. Then we go to the range. The range, again, is the y values, the outputs. Ooh, do you notice it? Least to greatest, so I've got -7. And then I have -2, -2. So don't do this. Don't write -2, -2. That's not necessary. Don't put the repeats. Again, that's what I mean. No repeats. So it's -2 and then +2. No repeats, please, on the range. All right, we've completed that. Let's look at number 3. Exact same thing. So let's see. Oh, quick. 9 and 9. Ooh, 3 and 3. Not a good group of friends at all. All right, 4, maybe. Okay, -6. Yup. Oh man, another bad group of friends. This is the group that we want to focus on. That is a great group of friends, treating each other with respect. That is a function. Looking at the domains again. 4, -1, -12, 5. So least to greatest. -12, -1, 4, and 5. Again, we know it is a function because each input, the x value, has one and only one output. All right, the range, the y values. Let's see, smallest is -3. Then it goes 4, 5, 6. Again, I'm looking at the y's. 4, 5, 6. I've seen some students actually lightly cross them off, but I think that looks too much like this here where you're crossing off the bad group of friends. So just be real careful in your tracking, making sure you're good there. All right, so we've seen yesterday the mapping diagrams to help us determine if it was a function or not a function. We've seen ordered pairs, which we practice. Again, you can take the mapping diagram and convert them into ordered pairs. Now we're going to go ahead and focus on the graphs. Now, when you have a graph, you're going to ask yourself again, is it a function or not a function? And the way that we do this is what is called the vertical line test. So for our vertical line test, we are going to look at each graph separately, and we're going to perform several vertical line tests. And again, that is the up and down, not left and right. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a different color to help us visualize it. Now, it may take more than one test. So for example, it looks good here because the vertical line touches the graph just once. So that looks pretty good. But usually I can't make a yes or no statement just off of one. Well, primarily the yes statement function. So I'm just going to ask you to go ahead and do maybe more than one, just a few of them. All right, that looks good. Those are 4 separate tests, and each test only touches the graph once. So therefore, this is a function, yes. Now you may be looking at it, well, Mr. Murillo, what about number 8? Now here's the scenario that I was talking about. If you were to do your vertical line test on the very edge over here, it doesn't look as good as it could be. Let's make it super accurate. If you do it like on the very edge, it would only touch once. So some people may say, yes, that's definitely a function. But if you notice over here, when you do your second test, it actually touches twice. So that is not a function. So what you would do with each graph, most people, if they have their paper in front of them, sometimes they just literally put their pencil on it and ask themselves, well, how many times does it touch? I like actually drawing the vertical line, so do that, please. If you're doing it on the Kami extension, you might actually be able to make a vertical line really easily. There might even be a tool for that. But if not, just go ahead. Oh man, see, that's a problem. Try and make it as vertical as possible. So again, that's up and down. 1, 1. So I think that's going to be good, right? All right, this one right here. You got a separate piece there, separate piece here. But when I do this, touches twice. So again, if it touches once, good. Good group of friends. Treating each other with respect. Only one special someone. If it touches twice there, that means they are dating more than one person. So look at this one, though. This is one of those special scenarios. So if I do a vertical line test here, looking good. It's right here is where some students, let me see if I can do it with an actual tool. Come on. There we go. All right, let me see if I can do it with the tool. Some people may say, Mr. Murillo, this touches twice. Because again, they would draw it like this. They would say 1 and 2. So they would say not a function. But I'd like you to notice this special scenario because there is an open dot there. So it means if you have on your vertical line test an open dot, that is not actually part of the information. Now, if you remember back with your inequalities, with your number line, let's say we had a number line here. Again, trying to draw your previous knowledge. Remember when you learned about a closed dot and an open dot? You were supposed to learn that the open dot did not include that special number 2. So let's say we actually had going to the right. That would mean that this inequality is all real numbers, meaning fractions, decimals, roots, all that stuff, the numbers greater than 2, which again was like fraction 2.5, 3, and so on. But it did not include the number 2. And right here, you should notice open dot does not include that point there. So that means technically this would be a function. Because again, the open dot does not count. Now let me erase all of that and show you, well, what if it looked differently? So if you did a vertical line test and it had 2 closed dots like that, both dots are part of the actual vertical line test, that would be not a function. So you got to know the difference between function, not a function on the special graphs. So again, if it's an open dot, does not include the information there. So again, that would be a function. Here, not a function. Excellent. All right, so you're going to do a little bit of practice on worksheets. You're going to do a little bit of practice on IXL as well using this knowledge. Now, again, you may be wondering, why are we doing this? Because remember, we're trying to get you prepared for high school, trying to get you prepared for graphing. Graphing is just a visual representation of abstract ideas, which again can be equations and different thoughts, different scenarios. So again, we're trying to get you ready for graphing, get you ready for high school. All right, be awesome.